Hi, welcome to the channel and I am Raghav88. In this video, we are going to do a walk around and also talk about the newest launch from Nissan, the Magnite. Like the name, the car has grabbed a lot of attention and even on a weekday, there are a lot of people in the showroom to check this car out. What we see in the video is a 1 liter turbo top spec XV premium optional variant. This car also comes with a 1 liter naturally aspirated engine as well. The front section of the car gets a big grille with the Nissan emblem at top. The headlights are bi-projector LEDs with integrated LED turn indicators. The DRLs are boomeranged in shape and are placed below the headlamps, which is a bit unconventional but look good. It also gets LED fog lamps which look like an afterthought because they are too small and placed very low part of the bumper. The tire size is 195 by 60 R16 and come with diamond cut alloy wheels on the top spec variants, the XV Premium and the XV Premium O. The Magnite is available in 4 dual tone colors and 4 monotone colors. Coming to side profile of the car, it gets plastic cladding on the wheel arches. The turn indicators on the mirror are LED as well, and there is a Magnite badging near the rear view mirror. This is a nice touch. On opening the door, we see the door panels with silver inserts. The design of the center console looks good and houses the hexagonal shaped AC vents, the 18-inch infotainment system and the AC control. The push button start is just below the AC controls. The infotainment system comes standard with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It also gets reverse parking camera but does not get adaptive guidelines. The glove box is decent in size and is illuminated once opened, which adds the premium feeling. The AC vents also get silver inserts which add to the premium touch. The IRVM feels outdated. You also get a vanity mirror on the sunshade of the passenger seat. The lights used here are a little flimsy and are not LEDs. The steering wheel gets audio controls, cruise control. The center console gets 2 cup holders and the armrest. There is also plenty of space to place your phones and wallet. There is also a port for wireless charging just below the AC controls. The push button start is placed below the AC controls. All doors have 1 liter bottle holding capacity. The seats are comfortable and well cushioned. The fabric used seems to be of good quality on the seats. Now moving on to the rear section of the car where most of the time your family will be seated. Again, this door gets a 1 liter bottle holding capacity. It also gets rear AC vents and a 12 volt charging socket which can be used to charge your mobiles or any other devices. This is the look of the dashboard from the rear. The rear light is also a halogen. Again, the other side of the door gets a 1 liter bottle holding capacity. The doors do not close with the assuring thud sound. This is due to the very thin sheet metal used on the car. The car only weighs 933 kg for the non-turbo variant and 1014 kg for the turbo variant. The legroom is decent and provides good enough thigh support and can seat 2 people comfortably. The headroom is also generous. For your reference, the person sitting here is a height of 5.6. It also gets a center armrest with 2 cup holders and a phone holder. The space in the rear seat is good enough for 2 adults and a kid. Seating 3 adults will be a tight fit. Now moving to the cockpit of the car, which is the driver's seat. The controls to the power windows and overram are placed on the inner door handles. Fuel lid opener is placed at the bottom as usual in other cars. The controls placed on the steering wheel feel premium and good to touch. Also, moving on, there is no dead pedal as such provided in this, which is a miss from Nissan. The infotainment system provided is a floating type infotainment system seen on many other cars. All the infotainment controls and the controls to the TFT monitor you see behind the steering wheel are also on the steering wheel. The 7-inch TFT multifunction display displays the fuel efficiency, history, 2 trips, warning systems and dimming controls. The microphone is placed right above the head of the driver so that it is very clear, and this sun visor also gets vanity mirrors. Now moving on to the AC controls. There are 3 knobs to control the AC and they feel premium while seeing as well as using. All the other buttons are also placed below the AC controls. When I tried to use the infotainment system, it was not very responsive and I had to struggle a bit. Maybe that's because this is a new product and I need to get used to the system, as well as maybe there's a software update that is needed to make things smoother. Coming to the gearbox, this gets a 5-speed Manual transmission is also comes with a CVT. The handbrake is manual as well. Also, this has one of the age-old designs of locking the car. If you can see here, this knob that uses to lock and unlock the car. To the engine of the car, it is powered by a 1 liter petrol engine or by a 1 liter turbo petrol. You get the CVT variant only in the turbo petrol. The 5-speed manual can be bought on the 1 liter petrol as well as a 1 liter turbo petrol variants. For the power figures, the 1 liter petrol makes 72 PS power at 620 rpm and max torque of 96 at 3500 rpm. The turbo petrol makes 100 PS at 5000 rpm and a max torque of 160 Nm at 2800 to 3600 rpm.